The welcoming of the humans into the galactic community was pretty standard. The fleet of 10 battleships were, in theory, a tenth of our fleet, and were also, in theory, a relatively old fleet. In reality, the years of peace made that part of our navy the only working fleet. One of our ships broke down on the way back, but the humans didn't need to know that. After the show, the humans asked us about our ship's capabilities. We told them that it was only an older fleet, and that our actual ships could move at double the pace of these. The humans had their suspicions, but because they only recently unified, after making contact with the rest of the galactic community only a few of their months ago, we knew that they wouldn't be able to even match us within a reasonable time frame, in theory at least. Time passed and relations became more strained. The humans' moral structure was so opposed to ours that war was almost certain, if it wasn't for the humans' ridiculous stockpile of crust cracker warheads. We did put effort into our stockpile, but only to be able to hold a bit more than the human government. After a group of slaves stole a ship and hid out on a human colony world, we demanded that they handed them over, and were shocked to hear the response that they would be holding them in protection. Figuring that the humans wouldn't be able to back up their actions, we dispatched a part of the newly refurbished fleet just in time to meet a human fleet that was a bit bigger than expected. They seemed to have built to the numbers we told them. After some back and forth between the two governments, it was eventually brought to the Galactic Union. The humans said that they had the right of claiming any personnel within their space. They were not correct due to some code that was more of a rubber mallet for larger nations to use on weaker ones. However, we were shocked when the humans provided numbers that would have been able to contend even with our theoretical fleet. After a while of silence, everyone looked at the human in the middle of the room. Then our governance delegate started to laugh and called out the humans' lies, with the rest of the galaxy's delegates following suit. The humans shook their heads and walked out of the station onto their ship, where they were quickly moved to their home planet. Staying in the station for a while, we heard what the rest of the people there told the humans. Most haven't interacted with the humans, and those who had just said that they had a fleet the size of ours. All the governments knew that there was no point in waging war, so we all agreed that we would just lie to our populace and claim strength. Eventually, the conversation decayed into mocking the humans' boldness of claiming superiority of their fleet. It eventually ended, and everyone returned back to their home governments to report on it. However, what I was greeted with on my return wasn't the usual government welcoming party. Instead, it was a group of panicked-looking generals. "What did the humans tell you about their fleet?" I was asked as soon as I stepped off of my ship. I almost laughed before telling them what they told me, until they said something along the lines of, "That means they only sent part of their fleet to that planet then." "What do you mean by that?" I asked. "The humans have stationed a fleet of 100 ships around 4 of their closest to our space. Altogether, they have the ability to outnumber our naval forces 3-2, assuming that they did send their entire fleet to our border. However, there are reports of another 80 on their other borders, along with 20 ships around Earth. They built a navy able to beat the one we don't have." Humans will believe anything. It has been 80 of their years since then, and we have almost bankrupted ourselves making the fleet we said that we had in order to stand a chance in any sort of battle.